Hey everybody, welcome back again to another video. We've been getting lots of questions over the last couple weeks since we've been putting out some chicken videos. We've been getting some questions being asked about our feeder system.
You watching Noble Farms.
Hey you, why are you not subscribed? Please smash that subscribe button.
We've built our own feeder system, as you can tell. So just want to jump in here and explain exactly what we did and how we built those feeders and how they work for us. So come along, we'll just talk about this feeder, and then we'll probably end up going and checking out some other feeders too as well that we've made here on the farm. So stick around and see what we built and how we use it, how it benefited us, and how it made our life 100 times more easier around the farm. So let's get right into it. What you're looking at is the chicken feeder that we use primarily just after the 4-week period. Once we take them out of the brooder boxes and they're starting to feather up and they're getting around good, we move them out into this area, and then we actually introduce this feeder. We do also have feeders that's on the wall like you see right here, and this are old refurbished pig feeders. They work great too as well, but we like this little feeder here. This one we can put in a lot of feed, and anyone that know us and been talking to us and we've been chatting back and forth know that we do also work off the farm. So a system like this makes it a whole lot easier and a lot more feasible for us to be able to run these chickens. So the name of the game is to put out as much feed as possible so we don't have to be in here every day laying out feed by buckets and so on. So we made this feeder, pretty simple system, works very, very well. And all we did was just went and got some plywoods and 2x4s and 2x6s, and we just made a box with a V inside. So we put this little door on top because the chickens always like to jump up and perch on top up here or on the flat part. We used to have a flat piece of plywood on here, but we took that out of there, and then we end up making this little roof type system. That way then the chickens don't get up here and perch on it the same. And once they get big enough to jump up this height to land on this, they're way too heavy. They can't get up there. So as you can tell, we grew the entire chickens right out into a 5-pound chicken, and not once if they did sit up here, you definitely see the poop up here on top of this roof here. So if we just flip the roof right up over here, and you can look down inside, you can actually see some of the feed is actually left there now from the chickens. So you can see how it's V'd down the sides, and it's left off the bottom of the flat on the bottom there to hold the feed about, let me see, about 1.5 inches. So they really got to reach in with their heads and pick it out. So it's no wastage being pulled out onto the floor of the coop. So this is 8 feet long, and it's at the bottom. We're looking at around 2 inches wide on the bottom, comes all the way up to 2 feet. So it's a pretty good V on it. So we fill this right full. It takes somewhere around, I think, 25 to 30 bucketfuls of feed. And this will last, depending on how many chickens, obviously, you have. But for us this year, this would last just about the week with the feeders, those refurbished pig feeders that we have on the walls over here. So down on the sides, we left it open. And the first trial was leaving it open, so it wasn't nothing here stopping it. But we found that the chickens were just pulling the feed right out onto the ground. And that was a no-no for us. We were going through a lot of feed. They were just walking over it and pooping on it. So anyway, we had a whole bunch of plexiglass, and all that is just clear plexiglass that we had laying around the farm. We cut that off, and then we drilled the holes in here. And those are 2-inch holes. I think I think it's exactly 2¼ to be honest with you, but 2¼ inches, and it's like 2 inches off the bottom. So they can't just frick that right out through. They have to heat it inside. So we drill all the holes in here, put it all in place, and now the chickens, they can heat inside. Zero wastage on the ground at all. So that was a big bonus for us, which made our life here a whole lot easier, a whole lot more manageable. Less time feeding is better than money some days. So time is very, very valuable when it comes to farming. And like I said, this so simple, so cheap to build, and it worked very, very well. It's only 1.5 inches off the floor, but what we usually do, as you can see right here, we'll just lay blocks on the floor and lift it up as the chickens grow. We lift it up so they're not bent over so far and don't have to lie down to try to get in to eat that. So that's one of the feeders that we have for the chickens here. And this one was more of a game changer than all the rest. We've tried all the little chicken feeders you buy at the store, the little round ones that you fill up and you hang and so on. And we never did like those. We always found they were wasting a lot of feed and stuff. But where a chicken has to put his head in through a hole to get it, they don't waste the same amount of feed in that type of a system. And they still grow very, very well. They're still getting plenty of food. So that's the name of the game, is to get them feed in them instead of them wasting it. Because when they're wasting food, they're wasting money. So you don't want that. You need to be able to make as good a profit as you can off them. And these farm-raised organic chickens do very, very well. All the grain we feed here are grain that we harvest here on the farm and the neighbor's farm. And, you know, it's zero pesticides, nothing on it. None of the grain gets sprayed, none of that. So it's as organic as you can get it. And those chickens really love it. So works very, very well for us. Since we're in here and we're talking about feeders, I'll just give you a little run through of the water system, since we're sitting right here, right next to it. And another, again, very, very simple, but still, we had to put a bit of thought into it because, again, you need it to work for you. If it's not working for you, then it's not working at all. So if you got to spend time out here feeding and watering chickens every day, then that takes time. And if a system doesn't work for you, then it's not a good system. You can take all the knowledge you want from other people, from YouTube, from all kinds of places, but it has to work for you. It's great to watch other people's ideas, and a lot of these ideas are stuff that I've found online and stuff that I've looked up and searched over the years and stuff, and we found that, yeah, okay, that worked, but this didn't. So you try to make it to fit your system, and every system is different. Every farmer is different. Every farmer feeds different. They water different. They grow stuff different. Their system is totally different. So you got to have something that works for you. And this is stuff that we've trialed and errored over the last 4 to 5 years, and these systems have worked great for us. Will this system stay with us forever? I don't know. If we find something different and we give it a try, maybe we'll change something out, which if it works better, I'm all for that. But our water system is very, very simple. As you can tell on the back here, these are just water feeders, the grain in there. But we don't have the water turned on here now because the chickens are all in the freezer. So they won't be needing any water in the freezer. So these are just the chicken water bells that you can buy at any chicken supply store. And they have a float system in them. I'll just get around here. It's a little easier. And if you pop that bottom part off, and that's all it is. Right on the end, it's just a little like a tire valve They have two little nuts and a spring on there, which you can set the water flow. So when the weight of the water comes on, this little, if you can tell, I heard the C there, but there's a little tiny spring loaded, just the same as in your tire when you pump up the tire in your truck or your car. And then that sits right in there, hooks into that little piece there, and it hangs. And then once the weight of the water gets in it, then it stops the water flow. So you just set it to whatever works, however much water you want in it. And then you let it hang. And these little things are just little kitchen sink hookups, the little braided water lines you buy at your local hardware store. And then the rest is just PEX and valves. And we plumb this all the way into our well, which is down in the field. We have a water line that runs right into the barn, and then we just tap right off that with a PEX line running right through the barn. As you can see up here on the wall is 3/4 PEX, and then we have the water supply. So in the chicken room where you've seen us grow the chickens in there too as well before they come out here, we have another one like these, and these feed up to like 100 birds, 150 birds. So it's a great system, keeps water nice and clean. And another thing I like about this is if you do get it dirty, then it's just a little quick circle like that and flush that out, and then you got all new fresh water in there again. So it's very, very good system. I really like it. Another game changer for here on the farm. So that's the water system. That's the feed. We'll go take a look at the other feeders and see how we made out with these and see how they work for us. So stick around. We'll show you some of the feeders we made for the pigs and for the cows here. So stick around.